Why is he so pretty?
Wow!
Hey everyone, I'm George and today I'll be talking about Muk. Now, Muk is an interesting specimen because its design is so bland, uninspired and one-dimensional, while still being one of the better designed Pokemon probably of all time. So why is that? Simple, because it's so simple. Something newer generations have kind of lost is Muk design, Pokemon that you wouldn't want on your own team, but make for a good fodder that any grunt can use. Pokemon like Sharpedo, Mightyena and Camerupt are too cool, too strong. Muk and other designs like it allow other stronger Pokemon designs to really shine. They're good because they're bad. You can't have a diamond in the rough when every design is a diamond. Muk's design is easy enough to break down. It's a purple mass of goo, with a big mouth, small eyes, one large arm and this sort of stub for a second arm. The way I see it, there's three ways to approach this. Change its type, change its name, or change its concept. Let's start with changing its type. This one's simple enough. Muk is liquid, so we'll turn it into a water type. But just making it a recolor is boring, so we'll add another layer to it. We can spice up its design by referencing the Great Wave, one of the most famous pieces of art in Japan's history. The wave's shape already looks a little bit like Muk, and by adding the sea foam and broken bits of wood, we can reinforce the idea that this guy is a menace.
Muk, the tidal wave Pokemon. Originally feeding on driftwood, Muk began terrorizing people in ancient times as soon as they started sailing on boats, seeking to feed on them. Its amorphous appearance makes it almost impossible to distinguish from a regular wave until it is too late to avoid it. It leaves a trail of foam and broken wood behind it wherever it goes. With the advent of modern industry, this Pokemon started becoming rarer and rarer as exposure to excessive pollution turns it into a poison Muk.
Now that we have our first Muk, we can reverse engineer its design to create our Grimer.
Grimer, the low tide Pokemon. This Pokemon appears on shores during low tides in order to feed on the accumulated seaweed. It likes to steal shiny objects and hide them under its tongue. Shy and harmless, it will flee back into the sea as soon as it's noticed by someone, making their existence hard to prove until recent times. It releases an odor of seaweed that can be smelled long before the Pokemon can be seen.
Next is name, which involves either making some kind of wordplay or changing one of the letters in the Pokemon's name. Muk is a bit problematic. We can't use the letter F, we can't use the letter C, we can't really use the letter Y, which leaves us with the letter L, luck. Now when I think of luck, I think the most iconic symbol we can use is the leprechaun, the four-leaf clover and the coins. Now, Pokemon has already created something similar with Galarian Weezing, so you can also use this as a reference point. I've already made this design something like a year or two ago, but I think that one lacked personality. So I made this design a lot meaner, a lot more greedy.
Luck, the wealth Pokemon. Luck's enormous body is weighed down by the coins it carries, so much it can barely move. Despite its sluggish movement, it is incredibly strong, and anyone who comes in contact with its sticky goo is hopelessly entangled. Its tongue is heavy and hard enough to break steel. It gathers its loot in an underground lair, and old legends say it can be found at the end of a rainbow on a clear day.
And as for Grimer,
Grimer, the stinky thief Pokemon. Grimer is obsessed with collecting shiny trinkets, and will steal anything and everything that isn't nailed down. Its body is extremely sticky, and once it has grabbed something, it's almost impossible to take it back. Old fables describe it as an evil spirit, and many believed following a Grimer without being caught will lead them to fabulous wealth. It reeks of rusted metal and leaves a tail of verdigris behind it.
And the third option, concept. Muk is a pile of industrial sludge. A different kind of industrial sludge I can think of is whey, skim milk. Any kind of milk product produces a lot of formerly undesired byproducts, which leads us to this.
Whey, the protein Pokemon. Whey are highly sought after as guards of Moo milk factories and farms. They are extremely temperamental and violently lash out at anything that isn't their trainer, a Grimer, or a Miltank. The only place they are found in the wild are next to industrial milk waste pumps, where they are considered an immense nuisance. Its physical strength is unparalleled, and it can easily break through concrete even with its smaller fist. The slime it excretes has a powerful healing abilities, and drinking it allegedly grants rapid muscle growth.
Grimer, a skim milk Pokemon. Grimer is born from Moo milk product waste. With the increase in modern Moo production facilities, this Pokemon's population has been skyrocketing recently, and Miltank farms are often infested with Grimers. Thankfully, it's too docile to pose a threat to anyone, and unlike its Kanto counterparts, its slime isn't poisonous and doesn't smell bad. It cries all the time, and most trainers consider it completely useless.
So that's it. 3 different takes on Muk and Grimer. Now, before we wrap this up, I decided to show my designs to some of my friends and see how they react.
Yeah, ooh. Why is he so ugly?
Why is he so pretty?
Bruh.
Congratulations, you've made it to the end. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, share it with your friends, etc, etc. And if you have any ideas of your own of what I should draw next, feel free to comment down below. Bye bye.